Hello everybody, here we are, and let's simply get started from here on. As usual, the same dialogue. Let's simply get started, and we will be getting started. Okay, so without any further delay, let me first of all check the status of the live, and after that I will just simply start working on the project. Again, we still have to work for 1.5 hours, 1 hour and 40 minutes around. So let's keep it around 2 hours or something. So the goal is to give this project 2 hours in a day, and that hasn't been done yet. So let me get it done really quick. Hopefully within 2 hours it's gonna be done, and I will not have to just simply leave in between. So this way we are gonna be getting this particular job done. All right. I hope I'm audible. Am I audible? Yeah, I am audible. So this is how we are gonna be going ahead. I hope everything's clear, and let's get going. So I was somewhere here, and was just simply setting up the things and all, and this is the which section. This is the chat panel that I had, and inside this chat panel, let's close this. Who opened this? Never mind. Right now things look like this, and apart from this particular thing, what else am I supposed to be doing? There should be the name, at least the first letter of the name. So meeting chat, and just below meeting chat I have this, and in this particular section, hello everyone, just beside this I'm gonna be having a div, and instead of that would be like what? That would actually be like the participants panel section side. So over here, this is the thing that I want. So let me copy it all from here, and come back to this chat panel, and I'm just simply gonna be pasting it here just like this. And as for this username, let me just simply have a here, so that just for example purpose, that nothing else. A is gonna be here, and once I have it here, enter the name. This is how it's gonna be looking like. Really bad, I know, but let me fix this. So I have these two things here. When it comes to these two things, so that simply means I'll have to make it flex, and once they are flex, they are gonna be beside each other, and items are actually gonna be at the center. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead with the things, and moreover, width is 8. This does not really make any sense here to be like that. In that case, what can I do? Let me remove this. Let me keep this much only. So this is how it's gonna be looking like. BG neutral, text neutral, content width at a rounded full, and height 8, and let me make it let me give it size of 10, and that is enough. Flex items are gonna be center, and justify are gonna be center. So this is how it's gonna be going on, and it's not bad. The size can actually be around 9 or something, and this is let it be 10, and that is it. This is what I want, and okay, once I have this particular thing over here, similarly I can copy and paste here as well. Having said that, I have to make it flex. Items are gonna be center. Again, those I'm repeating the things right now, but later they are not gonna be repeated. And similarly I will have the same thing over here. I will have to make a flex. Items are gonna be center. This is how it's gonna be going ahead, but there is a problem. The problem is that it needs to be at the bottom just like this, but there is again one problem. Chat end does not have any effect on the flex. Is that so? Yeah. So what can I do in that case? When it comes to ending thing, so chat start, chat end, and after that I'll actually wrap it inside another div, just like this. Let's simply wrap it, and once it is actually wrapped, then I have to make it a class name flex. Let's see how it's gonna be going on. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Gap is gonna be around 5. So this is it. I'm gonna be doing the same thing with others as well. So let me copy this particular thing here. Let me paste it here, and just cut everything, paste here, and same thing is gonna be here. Control C. Same thing is gonna be happening in this particular case as well. I think this should be fine. Done. Cut everything from here, and paste everything here, and this is how we are gonna be going ahead with the things. Overall things are fine, so this way I'm just simply getting the name of the people too, and it should be quite a little big. So in that case, flex 1, the message section, the top one, width 80, let's keep it around 96 or something, and yeah, that does make sense, 96. And how about just making a century here? Century doesn't work. 100, 10 is too much, 105. Okay, so this much is overall fine. Apart from this particular thing, 105, this much width needs to be given to this particular section as well. So 105, and let me do one thing, come back to this chat panel, not even this chat panel page, and let me select both of them. One will be turned off, one will be on, and this is how things are gonna be looking like. These mics, they are quite small. So coming back to this particular section, names and all, everything is fine, and there should be, these things are okay, but these mics are quite small. I don't know, maybe I'm in the habit of seeing the icons big and all, but never mind, let me make them bigger. So when it comes to this, size is gonna be keeping the size 20 around, and let's see how it's gonna be looking like. How about 19, not 29, 19. 19 is fine. So I'm gonna be copying it, pasting it, and pasting it. So ultimately this is how it's gonna be looking like. Can be 18, control D, 18, and this is fine. Okay, so this much we've done here, and apart from this particular thing, we don't really need to worry about it. I have to just fix these two things here. And how can I fix them? I can fix them by going there, right? And that is the top bar, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So in that case, when it comes to that, and having said that, this top bar is different. And how is the structure here? I have this page, and I have this video section. This video section has the top bar, video grid, and media controllers. So top bar, video grid, and media controller, this is the first section, and this particular thing just comes up there. So as for the chat panel and all, they just simply okay, gets added. So this is how the things go on. At a time, I can turn both of them on. Is this how it's gonna be like? So okay, let me fix the chat bar. At a time, I will be turning only one sidebar on. It's not like both the panels are gonna be on. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Apart from this particular thing, I can even turn both of them off. That's even gonna be fine. And this is quite flexible, and I have to just simply change the color of top bar. So let's simply be back here, and in this particular section, the top bar, the colors of what? The colors of these, I have this button, that's okay. Icon is this, okay. Outline, variant is outline. How about keeping the default variant? How will it look like? Default variant looks like that. If I keep outline, that is even fine, but do I have others? How about secondary? Secondary looks like this, and I do want to have secondary here. Again, where is this coming from? This mainly comes from what? Shared scene. So this is how they look like. That's more than enough. 5 participants are gonna be here, and gonna be making these icons a bit bigger. So the options that I have, coming back to this particular section, video sections, media controllers. In the media controllers right now, what is the size? Turns out they don't really have any size at all. They are still outlined, so I'm giving them text black. So let me remove text black. I'm gonna be giving them what? I'm gonna be giving them secondary color. So that would be great. In that case, what can I do here? Text black. Remove this particular section. Coming back to this particular section, wherever I have this outline, I'm gonna be having secondary over here, so that they are at the end of the day gonna be looking the same. Size is gonna be the icon size. What kind of size this is? Icon large. Sorry. Okay, this also gets selected. Amazing job. A little bigger. Extra large. Can I make it XLG? Not gonna work. As for the size, let's give it 20. Size doesn't work directly on it, that's right. In that case, anything else? Bro, don't I have extra? Default, how does it look like? By default, it looks like that. They are quite small in size, so let me do one thing. I'm not gonna go with the default one. By default, they actually look like this. They look really small, and in that case, let's simply remove them. And as for the size, can I give the size to directly the, is it possible to just give them size directly, like size 20 or something? How about making them 40 or something? Will it make any difference? Well, it doesn't seem to be making any difference. So, well, this is mic, so how about giving the size to this one as well for mic off? Well, this doesn't make any difference. So I have only one option, and that is going with the classes. So let's go ahead with that. And first of all, size is actually gonna be around 20 here. Size of the button. Let's forget about the button. Text is gonna be 20. Gone. Text 2XL. Doesn't make any difference. 4XL. Still doesn't make any difference. Let's simply go with the size. So if I resize this, then of course that's gonna be great. I mean crazy, actually, not even great. So let me just select all the classes from here. Let's simply get rid of these. Let me resize them from here. Class name size is actually gonna be around 20. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. So the size did increase, but 20 is too much. How about keeping it 10? It's again too much. How about keeping it 5? Keeping it 6? Alrighty, that's not the worst thing ever. So size is actually gonna be 6 over here. Apart from this particular thing, let's simply remove this secondary black, and this is how it's gonna be going ahead. Apart from this particular thing, they need to be given the buttons over here. Class name, padding is gonna be around 3. Padding y is gonna be 3. Padding y is gonna be 5. Already I'm gonna be going with this. So let me just simply copy and paste everywhere. Control C, Control V. This is also button. Control V. This is also button. Control V. And overall things should be fine. So this is how the things are gonna be looking like. As for this one, button, Control V, padding, and it has phone off, right? So let me get rid of this as well. And as for the size is actually gonna be well, I need to give it some class name, size 6. That doesn't seem to be like that. Power off, this power off, this is inside a link, right? I can't even do that. So ultimately I'm playing with the link here. So class name py5. Let's see what's gonna be happening here. That's gonna be gone at the end. So ultimately, can't I give any style text white? No, I can give the color, but then it's not gonna be destructive. That's right. So as for the link, let me make it as a child. Okay, so there's gonna be no difference. Interesting. If I made it as child, so whatever I have inside this, Why is this not working as expected? Just a sec. Even if I have it as destructive, that's really small, is that so? What is the problem? This link, where is this coming from? At the top, this link actually comes from Lucid React, and this link that actually comes from Lucid React. Wow. Go to the top, get rid of this, come here. This link should be exported from next link. Now it looks like this. Apart from this particular thing, class name size 6, great. Padding related stuff, so class name py gonna be 3 around. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. Padding 5, and that is enough. That's what actually I wanted, so that's great. This is how it's gonna be looking like. Then I even need to have the models here. Just a sec, give me a moment. Alrighty, let's simply get started from here on. And again, I have to work on even the models, and right now for working on the models, I already have many options to work on them. So we will be just simply getting the things done, but ultimately things look like this. Let me close this. This is not needed. Let me directly go to the meeting section. /meeting/ just meeting 1 2 3 4. So enter the name. This is how the things look like, and overall I'm fine with the things. Okay, what is the next thing that I have to do? The next thing is that these things can be, I can work on them anytime. That's not really a big problem. The most important thing is that getting the video element first of all. Let's simply start working with this. Even before that, before even you get your local stream and all, you have to get the user join the meeting, right? You will have to allow the user and all. So for that thing you need to have a model, and what I want here, let me close everything. Where was I? Coming back to the beginning, and that was panels, video, page.tsx. This comes under this meeting section, and inside this I can just simply turn them on and all, but ultimately everything actually starts from here. So as soon as I enter here, set connection, whenever the connection is set, I got the WebSocket connection. Once I got the WebSocket connection, signaling server, this name, let me name it signaling, that's it. Let me get rid of this. Let me go to this signaling server. Instead of having this signaling server over here, let's give it a better name, or signaling is gonna be enough here. Signaling, at least it's better. Instead of, it's better to have this rather than having signaling server here, because this is not the server side thing. Signaling socket file, we can have something like that. Okay, as for the name, we will be looking for a better one, but overall things should be like this. Cut signaling, this is not being imported, so of course I'll have to import it. And signaling, what am I doing over here? Signaling events, right? So signaling events should be fine. This time ChatGPT can definitely help me. What should be the name of the file that handles signaling related events on the front end side? WebRTC signaling.ts. Well, not really. WebRTC socket signaling. Signal. Oh wow. If it's inside WebRTC folder, it's also good. Well, that is actually just signaling event, so it's better to just have it with signaling only. Signaling. That is it, not really big problem. I can just simply remove this particular section as well. This is not quite needed. And what happened, I got the normal server process here. Once I got that, that was handled to request join meeting. Once I got that here, then what I did, I got my socket connection over here. How did I get that? Again, I got the socket connection, and once I got the socket connection, I can emit at the end, I can do this part. So this part can be done easily, granted to join permission, but again I don't even need to have it here. So what do I need to do here? Just this much. Show the model, maintain the state for the model. Host should be able to allow and deny that. The question is that whenever I'm actually handling this join meeting and all, at that time I have to just simply do one thing. Somehow I have to show the model, and for showing the model, what do I have to do? For showing the model, I have to change the state. How do I change the state? For changing the state, I need to get the action here. For getting the action, what do I have to do? Go to the main page over here, get the action over here. So how will I get the action? I think how do we get the actions in zoo stand? Let's check this thing out. Zoo stand, use bear, then state, and state dot that particular action. And what do we have to say? In our case, that is use meeting, if I'm not wrong. So if I go to the store, this is the store, and we have meeting. Inside meeting, I have this use meeting. So coming back to this particular section, const, I may be getting many things. Just a sec. Increase population, right? What will this be? Set open model. That's how it's gonna be like. And what can I do? Use meeting. This should be imported from there. And thing is that I'm using dot 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 dot. Why is that so? But okay, even if I'm using that, doesn't really matter. Let's simply click on this. Use meeting. If I just click on this, I'm gonna be redirected there. That's bad. Why is that bad? Control W. Because the name of both use meeting is use media. Both of them are the same. So meeting, this is fine, use meeting, but meeting media, this should be use meeting media. So this is the problem. Just like this, close everything again, go to this page.tsx. I don't think this is the one. This page.tsx, and over here you have to just simply import meeting, cut, use meeting, and once I get that, I will be getting the state. From the state, what else do I need to have here? State dot a set open model. This is the action that I have got. Once I got this action, then what do I have to do? Once I got the action, so I have to pass this action in the signaling. Over here I have to just simply pass this action. Again, I'm not waiting for that. So what is the type of this? That's interesting. What is the type of the action? Is that dispatch? For now this is nothing but state and actions. So open model. How about keeping like this? Coming back to this one, this is nothing but a function that returns wide, but that does take some value. Taking some value in the sense, it takes what? It takes boolean value. So it takes a model or open model. That's actually gonna be a boolean. Well, that's crazy that I'm having to write it here again, but okay, let's see whether it's actually gonna be working or not. And set open model, I have it here. I'm gonna be copying and pasting the same thing again and again. So let me do, I have to pass it inside a handle normal process. I hope there's an easy way, but don't think so. Handle normal server process. Let's simply nope, set open model. That is it. Handle normal server process. Handle normal server process. Set open model. Once I have this, handle to join request. Set open model. Again, I have to just specify the type here. simply paste it, come back to this particular section. Don't know how many times I have to just simply send. I hope there's any easy way. How about, that's gonna be craziest thing, but again that's not possible, because even if I have some providers, they can be only used for the what for the components only. I have to just dig deeper into it, but let's see. For now, let's go ahead with this payload and paste again the same thing here. Once I have it here, it's time to set open model, and that's actually gonna be true. I think that is it, bro. This is it. Is that what am I supposed to be doing? Payload. What kind of payload is this? Handle join request. So yeah, meanwhile I'm gonna be opening the model, but I need to do one more thing, and that is the worst thing ever, yeah. What is the problem now? The problem is that I got only one action, and what if I want to get the another one? Then what is the better way to do it? Let me ask. What if I want to use some actions in a function? What is the best way to use the actions of ZooStand in a function? Forget about the spelling mistakes. When using ZooStand, the best way to use actions inside normal functions outside the React components is to access the store using getState. Okay, so this is recommended pattern by ZooStand. So by I have this use store, create meeting store. Ultimately I have created this. I have these participants, I have add participants over here, and ultimately what's happening, I'm getting the name. Once I got the name, I'm just simply setting the participants, adding that particular name, and this is that's happening here. Ultimately whatever you return from here, that ultimately whatever is inside set, that gets added. As simple as that. Coming back to this particular question, if I wanna use add participant over here, so using action in a normal function, so use a meeting store. Where am I gonna be getting? Amazing. @store meeting dot store, and then I'm gonna be getting use meeting store. Use meeting store, that simply means I can directly get the action in okay. And once I got that, so use meeting store dot get state. Once I got the state at participant, I can even get the action. Amazing, actually amazing. Apart example WebSocket message handle, okay, I can get it done. That's great. How about in Redux? I think I was passing Redux dispatch everywhere. In Redux, when you want to use actions inside normal functions, so outside the React components, create the store. Just a minute. I hope I haven't been extra coding, like extra coding in the sense writing the right thing, but that could have been better earlier. But just a minute. Create the store. Store is created. I have the reducer over here. There is this meeting over here. The slice is also created. I have this initial slice and all. I have created this action as well. So turns out I have the action add participant. Okay, then add the rate store meeting slice, and from the store I can directly get the dispatch, and then I can, oh no way. What I've been doing, when I actually worked on the previous project, I have been specifically getting the dispatch inside the component, and I've been just simply passing the dispatch function wise. So passing to this particular function, then from that particular function to another one. So this way it's been going on. And the thing is that even inside functions, normal functions, there is a way that you can just directly contact the store. There are two ways. If you are inside the component, so you will be using the hook provided by that particular state manager, right? And in this particular case, you can directly get it from the store. My bad, just a minute. That's amazing. So without any further delay, let's simply go on. I'm sorry, that was my bad. Let me go to the zoo stand right now, and hopefully they have mentioned it somewhere. Mentioned. First of all, they haven't mentioned it here for sure, because I'm using this. Then comparison guides, when it comes to the guides. So what are you building? Building, board, lifting, declaring, adding, lifting, showing, final, wrapping, cleanup. I have this function, I'm just using this. This is just a component. Updating state. So when it comes to updating state, so first deeply nested, normal, within normal approach. Nope, not this. Practice with no store action. Because okay, right now I took the help of ChatGPT. That's great. But will I keep taking the help of ChatGPT all the time? So I need to know, right, where it has actually been mentioned inside this particular website. So creating the store. That's great. Use bound. At least not here. Just a sec. Use bound store. I created the bound store. After that, use bound store dot set state, and similarly I can get the state as well. An alternative approach is to define actions at a module level and external to the store. So I've done this, and this way I can just simply set the things via job. So the way you are setting it, the same way you can get it as well. Slice stitch pattern, creating the things here, created. Just a minute. Get state. Anyway, nope, not here. How about slicing users in React, updating, multiple adding? Okay, these things are not quite needed, at least right now. I don't seem to have this. Map. Map. Set. Okay, you can know more about setter and all. Prevent renders shadow. Not here either. This. Nope. Okay, never mind. Let's simply click on this. Okay, yeah. So calling actions outside a React event handler in calling actions outside a React event handler. So what we are doing, get state. So what we've done actually, use the fish create. We have created that. Once it is created, then we have a non-react callback. Once we have a non-react callback, unstable, then ultimately inside this what we are doing, use fish store get state, and here we are. That particular method is being called over here. That's amazing. Just a sec. Just a minute, getting some texts on. Okay, give me a moment. Give me a sec, and I'll be right back. Just gonna reply right now on WhatsApp, of course. Alrighty then, let's continue, and yeah, I can just simply share my screen again. Okay. Oh my god, one more thing. The thing is that the data is not being actually passed through wire. So let me do that. 3949. I thought it was connected, my mobile was connected to my PC, but it wasn't. Having said that, thankfully we were not facing the network issues. Coming back to this one, let's simply go ahead. Okay, so here it is. Apart from this particular thing, I mean, this is the only thing that we need. More details on this. So coming back to this one, there still seems to be the issue, zombie blah blah blah. Use store. Hopefully I will be able to use this. Coming back to this particular section, so first of all they're just simply suggesting like this, get state, and using the get state you can just get that particular method and you can just simply call that and you are done, good to go. And whenever it is called, it just simply does the job. So this is what I actually wanted apart from this particular thing. Oh, amazing, yeah. Didn't really expect this thing. So what we are doing, a beginner TypeScript guide. Inside that I'm actually using this use store over and over at multiple places and just simply calling it, doing the same thing over here. Did not expect that it's actually going to be used at this many places. Never mind. Advanced TypeScript guide. So ultimately they are telling me about the TypeScript guide for this one. Okay, not really big problem. We achieve what is this? Advanced this. As for the TypeScript, okay, auto generating selectors, let's not worry about this. API E, where did I click? Well, there's a lot actually. If I click on learn, yeah, there's actually a lot, but overall we got that. You have to do nothing actually. Click on get started, and once you clicked on that, sorry, click on guides. Once you click, don't even click on that. Then where did I click the last time? APIs created with the equality function hooks, not this one. Middlewares, not these either. Okay, I can even go with this dev tools. I should rather go with this, but just wait for a while. And integrations, persistence, we can even persist the data, store data. That's great. The same thing we can do on Redux. And previous versions, root, learn, references. Arey bro, where has that gone now? I just had the guide. Literally, I lost that. Integrations, migrations, previous versions, root, learn, draw, gone. This is insane. Where was I looking for that here? Okay, this is the particular section. Okay, it was inside actually guides. So you have to go to guides, then you have to click on calling it outside React and all, and then you will get it. Coming back to this main section. Okay, so instead of passing it just like this, just like a crazy, the same mistake I did using what? The same mistake I did using Redux as well. I was just simply passing it over and over. That I should not have done. So ultimately, if you are passing something, so that simply means that there is definitely a way that can be even better than this. So just look for that. I made this mistake. Don't make it from your side. Okay, so as for this, I don't even need this here now. That simply means you can use, you can update the states from the normal functions as well. It's not like you can only update it from the components. Okay, so once this is done, let me just simply get rid of this. Once I've gotten rid of this, then what is the next thing? Coming back to this particular section, set open model. So ultimately I don't have this. So what am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be getting it right now. So how will I be getting it? That is a question. And that is again easy, but let me just have a look at the ChatGPT way exactly how it got. So it actually got it from the store. So ultimately I need to this is the Redux section, right? Store.dispatch. Ultimately this is the this is how the Redux works. I have to go with the okay, so even cleaner pattern. So handle join, use meeting store, get state, and then call that particular method. We can directly do it. So if we can directly do it, so why not we do it right here? I'm already getting the payload, and what does this payload contain now? This payload contains the participants information. Okay, and whenever I get the join meeting request, I have to open the model. That is also right. So const and use meeting store, use meeting store, not use meeting. Use meeting is gonna be equals to what? How will I get the use meeting store? Just a sec. Oh, sorry. Use meeting. Can I get it directly here? This does not make sense. How can I use this particular hook inside a function? just a minute. Use meeting store. It turns out, yeah, you can directly use it. Use meeting store. Coming back to this particular thing, this is a function. Yeah, we are using it directly inside this. So okay, this is a hook, not even a function, so we are able to use this particular hook inside this. And how about when going with the redux, what we are doing is with the redux. So when it comes to the redux, over here creating slices, okay, that is also fine. Use action inside normal functions. So over there you are directly getting the store, okay, and over here you are directly getting the user. And using the store you can just simply get a, and you are getting the add participant, ultimately the action, you got the store. From the store you will be able to get the dispatch. So it's as simple as that. Never mind, ultimately there is a way. For now what we'll do, for now I got my use meeting. As I got my use meeting, so const, what do I have to have here? I have to just have that particular action. So use meeting, that's already been imported once I have that. So use meeting dot, what else can I have? Get state, just like this dot. Then these are the states that I have, right? Great job. So what do I want to have? Set open model, that's actually gonna be true. This is the first thing apart from this particular thing. Use meeting again dot get state. And by the way, instead of doing it like this, how about just writing this much? And how about const this is gonna be equals to this. And once I got the state, so I'm gonna be getting what? I'm gonna be getting kind of all the things. But if I'm getting all of them, yeah, that's gonna be better option. Open model, not, I don't need the value of the open model. Set open model and set joining participant. Don't I have that? Never mind. Set open model, and that's actually gonna be true. Ultimately this way model is gonna be open. But go to the Control W, go to the use meetings, and over here joining participant I have. How about the set joining participant? I do have this particular method, but probably I haven't added it to the actions state. So set open model I have. So set open model I have. Before that I have set joining participant. And let's do one thing, copy it directly. It will get the participant, that simply means the user will return a void, and then add participant. So coming back to this particular thing, add participant, set this joining participant and user. Okay, it's already here. Let's simply do it like this. So ultimately this is how we are gonna be going ahead. Joining participant, simple, easy peasy. That simply means I can be back where? I can be back here, and from here if I try to import a joining participant, that's gonna be here. That's actually method again, action ultimately I will call that. So joining, oh bro, set joining participant, just like this. Set joining participant. And what will it take? It will take the payload. Payload is the participants, whatever I got it here. So payload, that should be fine. What is the problem? The problem, name is missing in type participant, but required in type user. Name type participant, it is missing there. That is actually username, and it is required there, so that's understandable. So I will go to this one, this particular section, and this username, this particular section should actually be the username. So username, that is it. Once this is done, payload, what is the problem now? Oh bro, so many years, never mind. Is host boolean. So ultimately this is fine. Is host was a string there. So ultimately I'm just setting the value. Once the value is set, the value of the, close this, come back to this particular section right now. meeting page.tsx. So ultimately what is happening, automatically the state is changing, and what now I have to monitor the state. Whenever the value of the state changes, I have to simply open the model. Okay, but let me get rid of all these things. Where do I have to do this? I have to do this inside where, and now I need to have that particular model. So first of all, let's even check. The model should be on the main, this particular section over here. So ultimately, some way or the other, I need to have the model here. That should be opening when the value actually changes. That simply means I need to create one more use effect over here. Use effect, that's actually gonna be somewhat like this, and it will actually depend on the open model value. So I will be getting the value of the open model. So const open model, and that's gonna be actually equals to use meeting. Yeah, somewhat like this. And once I got this use meeting, then state dot open model, I got it here. Once I got it, so it mainly depends on this, so I'm gonna be pasting it here. And as soon as it got changed, then what will I be doing? As soon as it got changed, I will be setting the value. Do I really need to do this, or I can just directly trigger this? Once I have the value of the open model, this can directly be rendered. Yeah, let's see. I think it can be done directly too. But before even that, I'm gonna be going to Daisy UI. It's enough of even taking the help of AI right now. Let's simply click on this. See components. I think I already had a model here, so as already I had that. M stands for model. Model, here it is. And ultimately click on this. This is how it looks like, and this is not the worst thing ever. Let's click on this, and it doesn't get closed, but if I click here it gets closed. Doesn't happen, and it should be right. Like even if you click close, you should not be, until unless you allow already, now the model should not be closed. So these are the models that I'm getting. Okay, alrighty, let's go with the top one. Like this one I'm gonna be going with, and for the JSX code, this is the one that I need to have. And there is a button to get it. So let me do one thing, copy it all, and I'm gonna be having a model that's gonna be permission model, just like this. Again, this model is mainly gonna be for this one, right, for the meeting only. So I have the components just inside meeting. I'm gonna be creating this particular model too. So models permission model dot tsxrfc permission model. Let's simply export that from here. Okay, now this is fine. Come back to this particular section, and document.getElementID model 1. This is the problem. This is not the problem actually, this is the thing. And whenever I click on this button, so what actually happens, this model is selected, so let's call it permission model. And let's call it the permission model 2. So whenever I click on this button, at that time this model gets triggered. So if I just simply directly trigger this particular and if I directly call this, it's gonna be open. And when I click on close, it closes. And when I click on this close button, so ultimately this is the button, so it's gonna be closing. So overall things are fine. So what do I have to do? Some way or the other I have to just simply trigger this. The permission model dot show model, this is what I have to do. So I can get rid of this particular section as well, if I'm not wrong. So only this much is gonna be here, and let's see whether I'm actually able to trigger this model or not. So I do this much, and I'm gonna be having a button as well. the same button actually. Control X, get rid of this. Let's see how the model looks like first of all, then I'll take care of the remaining things. What is the problem? Object is possibly null. Okay, how about this? Show model, what is the problem? Show model does not exist on type HTML element. Type HTML element. Let's see. Am I gonna be getting some errors because of this? Reload the page. Where is that button? Here it is. Let's click on this. The model doesn't appear because the name is wrong. First of all, permission model ID, and yeah, it does appear. And actually that's what I actually wanted. Even if you click outside, nothing's gonna happen. You will have to anyhow allow or deny the user. Okay, this is fine. Denying in the sense cancelling that, and then I can just trigger some more events. But what is the problem with this? It is just simply saying that it does not exist on that. So Daisy UI, do you support TypeScript or not? It must be. How can I get the types of this? Never mind, I should be able to figure it out. Show model does not exist on type HTML element. Yeah, it does not exist because this mainly belongs to what? This belongs to Daisy UI. So how can I get rid of this? A big screenshot, I'm going to give it to the ChatGPT. How to make sure that TypeScript knows that this is the Daisy UI. This method is from Daisy UI. Okay, let's see. Bro. Problem is not related to Daisy UI. Show model is actually a native HTML element. Dialog API, not Daisy UI method. Okay, so TypeScript is complaining because document this returns HTML or this. Okay, and HTML does not have show model. So what can I do? Correct if this can be as HTML dialog element. So there is something called HTML dialog elements. Those dialog elements, they do have the value. So I will have to get them as HTML dialog element, and no errors as such right now. Amazing job. Thank you ChatGPT. Helped us. What else? Cut it from here. Get rid of this right now. And what will I be doing right now? Okay, I have this permission model, and I'm just simply gonna say whenever the value changes, bro, if open model is true, open model is actually true, in that case I'm just simply gonna be calling it. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. Pretty simple. Select that as this and then simply call this particular method, and hopefully that's gonna be on. Okay, and for now let me do one thing. Let me make it true. What true? Let me make this particular section true, and ultimately this is how it's gonna be going on, and it will be called on the first render, right? So let me reload it, and here we are. We have the model. Now we have to change the model. How do we do that? When it comes to changing the model, so first of all I need to have that this particular participants wants to join the meeting. So let me do one thing. Let me go to the permission model. First of all I have this title. So ultimately suppose Vipendra wants to join the meeting. There is one more problem, bro. The problem is that what if many people try to join the meeting at the same time? How will you allow all of them? And if you actually go with this model pattern, model way, you will be getting a lot of model on top of each other. Yeah, you will. So what is the better way? Close this. I mean, this is good, but there can be a better way for sure. Let me open this, because suppose many participants are just simply making a join request at the same time, then how will I even handle that? So this is how it looks like right now, right? Participants. I'm gonna be creating one more panel, and let me go to Google Meet. I think overall this should be right. So whenever you click on the participant section, this participant section should be visible. And all those people, let's keep it like this, all the people are gonna be here, and if somebody wants to join the meeting, in that case I will have that thing over here, and a toast will appear that somebody wants to join your meeting, and over here a toast is gonna be appearing, and just in this particular section at the bottom I will have a section. From there I can just simply allow or deny the user. So this is how it's gonna be going on. So instead of having a model, I will having something else. I think that would be a better thing, instead of having a model or over the screen, just simply allow or deny the user. Yeah, because if you are inside the meeting, people are joining, you will have to click on the model over and over. That gets hectic, right? So that let's simply go with a better approach. So first of all, components, I have to go with the components. DGY, close it. DGY. Okay, see all components. What can I use here? That's a good thing. I should be getting something that can be used. I have this sidebar, dot sidebar. If I actually open Google Meet for a while, let's simply get some inspiration from it. Start an instant meeting. So what do we do? I should be in. Okay, here I am. So when I'm inside this, if somebody actually wants to join the meeting, so I'm gonna be getting it here. So there is a difference between this, and if somebody wants to join the meeting, then control. How do we do it? Copy it. Even this is not bad, yeah. The way the things are actually managed here in this particular section. Add people, host, just you. So if somebody actually tries to join the meeting, come back to this particular section. From here I'm gonna be joining that meeting, and okay, allow, block, switch here. Oh, I'm the same user. That's bad. Let me end this. Return to the home screen. I will have to change the account from here. Let's keep it coding the code. I'm gonna be pasting everything here again. Control AV. Let's do that. And of course I want to change the account, but I think not getting the option for changing the account. In that case I have only one way, because I'm not getting the option to change the account. Got it. Let me change the account manually over here, and once it has been changed, after that I will have to enter the code. For entering the code I can be back here. Let's simply switch back. Make it quick here, it's taking a lot of time. So here I am, and in this particular section I can just simply copy the code from here. Okay, this is how the things look like, and even creating the exact interface would have been a great idea, but okay, I just took the help of AI and somehow created the interface. But for right now, what do I have to do? I have to go to the Brave, simply enter the code over here, simply click on join. come on here, ask to join. That's great. Come back here. A person wants to join the meeting. If I click on this, then what will happen? Okay, these things are like this. So waiting to be admitted, admit all, and then admit. So this is how we can go ahead. Okay, so instead of having joining participant, we need to have now joining participants, and now we can admit it or deny it. These are the two options that we get over here. We can even admit all of them. Okay, overall things are fine. Let's simply go ahead like this only, but I will have to change the state management, the way I'm actually managing the state. And apart from the idea is overall same. I should be getting the color of this should be changing. There should be some sound and all, and just over here at the bottom I should be able to allow the user. So let me make it really quick. As for this, and panels, where are they? Inside components I have the panels. Inside panels I have this, right? So let me have main page dot ESX. Not page dot ESX, actually panel dot ESX. Panels dot I hope the spelling is right. Panels dot ESX and RFC. And when it comes to this panels, what will I do here? Nothing. I will just simply combine both of them. That's it. So chat panel, just like this. Participant panel, just like this. So that at the end of the day, over here I don't have to write it again and again. Rather, I can go with this panels here, and that should be enough. Again, I will have to import it here, but this is gonna be overall fine. I know this is how it's gonna be looking like. That's really bad. So panels, let me just simply comment this. I will be just simply rendering them conditionally, but for now this is that is how it's gonna be going. This is how it's gonna be going on. As for this participant panel, so I have quite a lot here as well. So inside panels I am gonna be having two things. I'm gonna be having chats, and inside panel only I'm gonna be having participants. The thing is that if I don't make them functional, it's gonna be problematic handling a lot of things at the same time. So that is why I'm gonna be having chat panel inside chats. I will have participant panel inside participants, and not only that, inside that there are gonna be more things. So inside chat, I think this is the chat panel. I'm mainly worried about the participant panel. So close this, participant panel. Here I am, and inside this particular panel, what do I want to do? I have the header. So this is the header that I have. Then I have the participant list. So this is the list section that I have, and just below this I have all the participants. So this is how it's going on. And what I want, okay, in that case, if actually somebody wants to join the meeting, I should be getting it here. That simply means I will have to give it some height, and the remaining height should belong to this one. Okay, so in that case, this particular section is gonna be here, right? So flex 1, even participants are here, and apart from these participants, flex 1 overflow y auto, it is already managing that. bg red 300. So this is all. And when it comes to this, okay, apart from this particular thing, this is the section where the user is actually being mapped, right? This one. So let it be like this. This is one of the first things, overflow, and div, and here I will have the remaining things. Control C, Control V. This is how I'm gonna be going ahead, and hi there first of all. So this is how it's gonna be looking like, and this is overall fine. Even I can say that you have the twice, that doesn't really matter. So this is where I will have it, and just after that, border top 2, border top 1, border gray around 500. Okay, this is fine. Let me make it 2 again. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead, and just below this I can have the remaining things, but this is just not enough, because whenever somebody is trying to join the meeting, now I have to change the whole logic. Earlier my logic was pretty simple. I will have the joining user, but this time it's gonna be different in the sense, first of all let's go to the store only, and meeting.ts, and what was I maintaining? I was maintaining only one state, joining participant. So there was only one participant who was trying to join at a time. But what if I actually have many participants join the meeting at the same time? In that case I'll actually have to maintain an array, and when it comes to this particular array, so whoever user is actually trying to join the meeting, either I can admit that particular participant or I can admit all. So this is also this is something that I will have to allow. So there should be 4 options: allow all, deny all, admit, deny, personal. Okay, never mind. So first of all let me change the state action as well. This actually needs to be changed when it comes to just a sec. State, am I missing something here? Not really, nothing. First of all, this joining participant, instead of having it like this, the user is coming from where? The user is this. Okay. Okay, there's many things. I am already exporting the participant from here, and if I go to the types, type, participant is already being exported. So why am I using user here? Why am I even creating this? Okay, that's a good idea by the way. Now the question is control ऐसे नहीं भाई, control dd participant should be coming from here. That's great. And as for this joining participant, this is again gonna be an array of participant, array of participant, and ddd participant. Okay, and definitely gonna be getting the errors at many places like here. Now this user does not exist, so of course that's gonna be problematic. So ddd participant, what is the problem? The problem is that I don't really have this participant over here. Okay, I don't have, but I can get it, right? So yeah, you can get it. And this joining participant is actually an array this time. So set a joining participants, and when it comes to this, the actions, set a joining participants, and this time set joining participant, I will be getting only one participant, but I'm gonna be just simply pushing to this particular array. Okay, coming back to this one, it's not gonna be like this. So how will it be? What will it be like? State, and whatever I return from here, like I'm returning here this joining participants so I haven't even changed this, sorry. It should be yes, joining participants. What is the problem? Oh bro, like state participants, set joining participants, this is fine. Come back to this particular section, joining participants, just like this. Once I have this here, so this is actually an array. So state dot joining participants dot push joining participant. Any problem? Yeah, because you can't really push that directly, sorry. So what will I be doing? Nothing, simple. Destructure all the state dot joining participants that were already there, and the new one. Arey bhai, join joining participant. So this way I will be able to maintain all the participants who are actually trying to join the meeting, because I will have to allow them. And the thing is that what am I actually doing here? My interface is like this. It's okay, it's good to have the interface different from the chat, I mean Google Meet. Somebody tries to join the meeting or what? Okay, I was redirected out of the, I was thrown out of the meeting. Okay, by the way, uh, it's okay. Our interface will not exactly look like what Google Meet, but we will have all the features. As for the interface, I got this created using ChatGPT. So let's go with this, because if I create a new interface exactly like that, it will be time taking, and let's not waste time there. Uh, it should be working, it should be functional, and what else do we need? It should have all the features like Google Meet, and that's it. By the way, coming back to this particular section, joining participants. So whenever a person tries to join the meeting, that simply means whenever I get a request, close this signaling.ts, not even the signaling.ts, I have helper functions right now, and mainly this helper is gonna be normal process. Yeah, this one, handle join meeting. So what will I do here? So set joining participants. First of all, this should be the one, this should be the one. As for the payload, I will be getting the participant, I will be just simply redirecting there. So this is done. Okay, let's simply work on the UI part. How long has it been? Didn't really check that. So it's already been 1 hour. I will keep coding for 1 more hour, and then at least I'll be done with this thing. But let's see how much we can do. Let it be 2 hours to, right now. But before that, if I go to web, if I go to app, if I go to meeting, if I go to meeting ID, if I go to page.tsx, over here I have my panels, I have my model. Model is not quite needed, so let's even remove this. Not really something that's important here. So as for this model, I'm gonna be the thing is that we did try it, we even learned quite a lot of stuff using this model. But for now, what will I do? Let me get rid of this, let me get rid of this. The thing is that why am I getting this dot dot dot? Usually in Next.js you get add there, right? So is there any problem with the configuration? Next config, post CSS config. Probably I'm missing something, but okay, never mind. Both the things are fine. Okay, by the way, coming back to this one, open model. Open model. We don't really even have to open the model, so let's even get rid of this. That simply means I can get rid of this. So it's gonna be like whenever a participant is trying to join, I'm just simply rendering that participant, nothing else. Okay, first of all, let's simply work on the UI part. Later we will work on the other things. So if I go to the panels, I have this participant panel, and inside this participant panel, I have this top header, and then just below this I have this. So what can I do? Top header, participant list. So inside participants, then I will get the errors, mainly because this participant list is actually rendering these okay, let's do it here. I mean, if we get the errors, we can participants list.tsx rfc. Have I done it right? rfc participants list. Then what will I do next? Participant panel. Let me cut it from here. Let me go here. Let me return everything from here. This is done. And again many errors, and this is gonna be the participant list section. First of all, I don't have the participant, so let's come here, cut it all, and once this is done, come back here, paste it here, and these are the icons. Come here, paste it here. So ultimately I'm not getting the errors here. That's great. Apart from this, then what can I do? I can just simply import participant list here, just like this. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Then this hi there, of course I'm creating, but ultimately I don't want to have this hi there. So permission section. Permission permission section. I mean, let me take the help of AI here again. I get confused with the naming. What to name the div that is what to name the component that's for allow and deny. Permission model. Model. Yeah, let's have it like this. That is going to be model, but that is gonna appear from bottom to top. So by the way, inside this, not inside this, just in here, permission model. In the remaining time, of course, that's not gonna be visible, but that's gonna be visible at some times. Permission. Permission model. Paste it here. This is gonna be the permission model, crazy one. Hopefully I will get some I will get something from here, something useful that can help me with this. I'm getting the model, but that is not what I want. Okay, it turns out nope, I'm not getting anything. I will have to create it on my own. This is the sidebar, dot sidebar. Doc. I think this is what I need. Doc. Yeah, gonna be going with this doc. How will I use this? I will let you know very soon. But not really. I thought this was something else, but I got something else. Never mind. I will have to create it on my own, and it's okay. Do that. So ultimately, this is gonna be there. Let me see how it looks like. Participant panel. I will have to import it here. Okay, come on. Participants, I don't even have them here. How about this? Okay, no errors as such. Coming back to this particular point. Again, I have to work a lot on the UI part as well. What is the problem here? The problem is that somewhere or the other I'm using this. Somewhere not. Actually, inside the panel I'm actually using this. Not inside the panel, then inside this panes.tsx. Let's simply get rid of this. And right now it's gonna be looking like this. So ultimately here I have to just simply add the functionality of allowing the user or denying the user. Allowing the user or denying, yeah, that would be better. And ultimately let me make the UI part and then I will work on something other things. So when it comes to this model section here, this looks like this. So over there, how should it be? First of all, I will have a div that will say allow or deny all, and then I will have the remaining participants. So there are going to be two divs here. Allow and deny all. Allow and deny. Allow and deny personally, not personally. What is the right word here? Allow and deny. manually. Let's simply write like this is not the best word here, but I'm not even getting the word for it. Coming back to this particular section, I'm gonna be having two buttons. Allow wall. Arey bhai. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of not. I didn't want to create the UI on my. First of all, this prompt is making me do the same thing over and over. This is the one, right? Fine. अरे भाई टाइप तो किस नहीं करता. Done. Coming back to this part is model and allow and deny manually. What can I do here? I want to show all the participants. So ultimately I will be getting all the participants here, whoever is trying to join the meeting. So for example, I have these participants, Control C, and I will be having the joining participants here, right? So these are the participants who are actually trying to join. Joining participants. What will they contain? Name, host is my and interesting stuff. I will have to change the state many times, so there are gonna be many things changed, but especially when I'm actually allowing a participant. So I'm doing nothing but just simply sending the connection ID of that particular participant, and if the true, I will add it there. Even not the connection ID, I'm just gonna be sending the information of the participant and yes no whether that has been allowed, and this will actually be sent to the signaling server of the host. Then the remaining things are gonna be done there, right? But again, these things are also required, because whenever a participant is trying to join the meeting, at that time that participant can turn on the mic or turn off the mic, so I will have to even create a page. Bad. Actually good. We are getting more and more features, so ultimately it's just gonna be like Google Meet like. Forget about the WebRTC connection, we are stuck with this only, but okay, it's gonna be done very soon. What is the next thing? First of all, I'm gonna be rendering all of them. So meeting participants or bhai joining participants dot map participant. It's gonna be somewhat like this. Sorry, it's gonna be somewhat like this. Inside this, what will I have? Inside this, I will have the name and allow and deny. So ultimately that's gonna be name. So name is gonna be Vipendra, and there's gonna be a div that will contain two buttons. So button multiplied by 2, it's gonna be allow. Where is this button coming from? Let's have normal buttons. By the way, I can import it, but this is gonna be shared CN button. But for now, I'm gonna be going with this normal button. Let me have it here. Button. Why not? This is gonna be coming. Let's make it allow, and another button. Deny. I need to import them. Hopefully, that's going to be imported like this. Apart from this particular thing, variant is gonna be secondary, and let's see how it's first of all reload the page. Oh, this is how it looks like. Allow all, deny all. Let me make them buttons as well. So Control D. Okay, this is done. Okay, designing is remaining. Class name flex gap is gonna be 5. Let's even design it. What else? Text center will not make any difference if I'm not wrong, but MX auto should definitely be working. MX auto doesn't work because this needs to be flex for that. hey flex. Then this is box, this is walking. Okay, apart from this particular thing, there should be a title at the top. Allow or deny to join the meeting, just like this. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. Class name, text, excel, font, bold, and let's see how it's gonna be. Okay, not the best, not the worst. I'm kind of okay with this. It doesn't focus is not on the UI part. I should have those functionalities. And as for this particular section, coming back to this one, class name, this is gonna be flex, so and gap is gonna be 3. Okay, 3 3 3 3 3 3 3. Let's forget about the gap. Justify. Okay, fine. Ding, 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 ding. Class name. Okay. Overall things are done. 3000. 700. 800. Padding 3. Padding by 1. Items are gonna be simple. PS is gonna be 2 or whatever. Rounded is gonna be large. Okay, I mean, not bad, not good. I mean, good. Why am I saying not good? Okay, from here I can just simply allow and deny the user. This is how I'm just simply gonna be going ahead. Okay, later if I feel like I will be working on the design part, even this is not bad. Okay, so this is how it's gonna be going on. I can just simply allow, I can deny one by one, and I can allow or and denial from here as well. So that is it. Apart from this particular thing, what else can I do? These are gonna be the user who have joined the meeting. I can turn the camera on and off, and I can just simply turn my camera on and off from here. Show the meeting. Recording option is not here. That is something I will be adding later, not now. Okay, not really big problem. Okay, so I have done this much. What is the next thing? First of all, I have to just work on this joining thing, and then I can go ahead. Okay, let's do that. So ultimately, whenever the participants join, I just simply add them there. As soon as they are added there, what do I have to do? Joining participant, this joining participant should not come from here. Rather, joining participants. Okay, use meeting. The thing is that I'm not getting the understanding this particular thing. Why am I getting this dot 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 dot? This looks crazy. Is it because I'm using this component here? Let me ask this AI. Why am I getting dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot etc. in Next.js? Your file is deeply nested like this, so to reach this TypeScript calculates the relative path automatically. The best solution, use the path aliases. So tsconfig @ haven't I added this inside tsconfig @ this? Let me check tsconfig. Oh bro, No way. Nope. Don't worry. It is added, but it is mainly added for everything inside the source. And it turns out I don't even have the source. Then I'm gone, and that is the problem. In Next.js, we don't have source here, and what it is saying everything inside the source, that's problematic. This should be like this. So in the current directory, everything. And what will happen because of this? Let me show you what will happen. Let me not have it here. Let me import it again. अरे भाई नहीं हो रहा. Okay. How am I supposed to be using the path? At the rate everything should be this. What am I doing here? tsconfig at the rate everything should be the current directory, everything. So ultimately, yeah, I am using path. But I'm not using this inside this. Probably. And here now I'm getting this. So the path should be added, but the path should be added inside compiler options, not outside that. अरे भाई क्या कर दिया मैंने? So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. Okay, fine. And then I can do the same thing everywhere, wherever I'm just simply importing it. But yeah, this is how it's gonna be going ahead. And as for I got the joining participants once I have them. By the way, this is the use meeting state dot joining participants, and right now I'm not gonna be getting any error, and this is how it's gonna be going on. Having said that, I will not even see any participant. I can allow them, I can deny them, but if I don't have any participant, that simply means even this whole model, okay, the permission model that I have, it should be rendered only when somebody is actually trying to join the meeting. Otherwise, it should not be rendered. So what am I gonna be doing? Just a sec. Turns out I'll have to turn off some of the notifications that keep bothering me for no reason. So if joining participants dot length, if that's actually triple equals to 0, in that case just simply return from here. Will it work? Yeah, it will. Simple. Okay, so this thing is done. Apart from this particular thing, now we have to just simply render the participants, and also we will be doing that, and that's enough. By the way, participants are gonna be rendered automatically if somebody actually tries to join, and that person will be just shown here. But what will happen when the person is actually shown here? First of all, I can allow all, or I can deny all. Allow or deny all. So permission will be sent one by one to the backend, right? Yeah, that is right. This is how it will happen. And when it comes to this, so I can allow that particular participant, and that is okay. So what will happen? Class name. अरे भाई ना रे बाबा, class name नहीं. On click handle allow all, and this should be handle deny all. Again, I'll have to create them. Const handle. Look, it can even be better. I can create many more components, but okay, let's be okay with these many, because if I just keep creating more components, that's gonna be even work will keep increasing. But ultimately it doesn't, it's not even that big, right? This much component is fine. Allow, even it can be even shorter, I mean smaller. Okay, so this is done. I'm gonna be allowing all, I'm gonna be denying all. After that const handle allow so there's a difference between them. Handle allow will only handle allow one, and handle deny one, this will be handling for all. By the way, this needs to be here in these buttons. On click Okay, by the way, this is not gonna be that way. Why? Because if I'm actually allowing somebody, so I should be able to get the info, right? So I will be sending the ID of that particular joint participant. I don't have the ID. Congratulations, I will have to generate ID for that particular participant, but I need to have the IDR, otherwise that's not gonna be working. Let me make it like this, or handle allow. I will be passing the ID of what? ID of the participants dot ID. Again, that is not here, so I will get the EDUB. Control C, Control V. This is how it's gonna be going on. Handle deny participant. I don't have the participant ID. So now, whenever a participant tries to join the meeting, okay, that participant will send ask to join. At that time, I have to create meeting ID for that particular participant, so that I can recognize that particular participant. And this is how it's gonna be going on. So it will have the meeting ID, it will have the name, username, it will have the profile, it will have the ID as well. That simply means coming back to the beginning. Initially what I did, initially when it comes to this this page.tsx. So when the participant actually tries to join the meeting here, of course we are just simply creating the connections and all. Inside signaling everything happens. And when it comes to signaling, so handle normal process, handle request to join. One more thing here I missed. I should be sending the request directly to the user as soon as the socket connection is ready, and I'm not doing that. What I mean that there is something called websocket.on open. Probably this is gonna be helpful. So what am I doing? This is where I'm listening for the messages. But what I want, as soon as WebSocket connection is established, got it? It has been established. So I should directly send a request to the backend to join the meeting. As simple as that. So that simply means as soon as I have joined this WebSocket.send, I'm gonna be sending message from the front end side. Okay, I will be sending the message from the front end side. And even before that, if I'm sending the message, I will have to stringify the data from the front end side. I'm doing that. But how will I create the message? Const message. What all will it contain? So first of all, it will contain the label. What is gonna be the label for this particular message? That is gonna be the normal server process. So labels, again, the labels are gonna be imported from, I hope I have the labels here. Labels dot normal process. Okay, that's great. This is gonna be normal process. It will contain the data. Data will contain the type. Type will what? Type will be types dot. Arey aa jao suggestions. Don't I have types here? Add the repo constant. Okay, types dot. This is gonna be asked to connect. That's great. And then it will have the payload. Payload is gonna be about the user. Actually, who is the user who is trying to join and all. But how will I get the payload? And what all this payload should have? This payload should have the ID. So whenever for any user this socket connection gets established, at that time a requester's socket connection will be established only when you request to join the meeting, right? Only at that time it should be happening. So first of all, socket connection will be established, then only request is gonna be gone. Yeah, that's right. So whenever you try to join a meeting, then only it will happen. So there should be ID. So ID can be suppose 1 2 3 4. Then there should be username. Can be Vipendra. And these needs to be changed dynamically. There should be a meeting ID, exactly which particular meeting you are trying to join. And again, this is gonna be actually a meeting ID. Okay, that's great. Apart from this particular thing, I have the ID, I have the username, I have the meeting ID. What else? Connection ID. No, I don't really have that. profile I can have. myprofile.com or something like this. So this is also done. So ultimately these things I'm gonna be sending from here. The question is, how will I get this information directly from the state? Am I saving the state? Let me go back to the page.tsx. Whenever okay, I have the username, I have this, I'm directly setting the WebSocket connection. But before that, what do I need to do? Set the state. And what all do you have to set? You have to set the username, you have to set the meeting ID, and you have to set the this ID. So ultimately this ID is going to be randomly generated using UUID. So whenever a new user tries to join, so these things I'm gonna be setting directly. And again, profile. So these things I need to set here so that I can just send them directly from there. Okay. Now the question is, where do I have to send them? Inside the state, of course, meeting state. Oh my god, so much to do. The more you work on it, the more work you get it. It has already been 5 hours working on this project, if my calculation is not wrong. But let's get this particular thing done really quick, and then I will call it here today. Okay, remaining things I'm gonna be working on tomorrow. So what I want inside store, I have this meeting.ts, and inside this meeting.ts I have meeting ID, I have this, and just a minute. Meeting ID in this. Then I have current participant as well. Current participant in the sense the information of the current participant. Okay, suppose I have the information inside the current participant. That current participant will contain all the participant info. That simply means it should contain the connection ID as well, but I don't have the connection ID right now. So what should we doing? What should we be doing? Current participant. I'm gonna be setting this value, the value of current participant, when the user has actually joined, and as the user has joined. So instead of naming it current participant, let's name it joined participant or joined current participant, because this should be only set here. Let's make it joined participant here, or I can add the current value over there as well. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. So the participant who has actually joined that. And suppose I'm just simply having this current participant over here. Username is set, meeting ID is set, even ID is set. I'm sending it to the backend. From the backend I will get the connection ID, and then I will send it back to the user. As soon as the user gets that, what will the user be changing? The user will be changing only one thing, and that is the user ID. This is also gonna be a good option. Let's go with this. What do I mean here? Instead of having these things here, again this is gonna be problematic. Problematic in the sense it will give me the errors, so that's okay, not a problem. Set current participant. Just like this, go to the state, change this, come back here, actions, set meeting info, and ultimately this is how it's gonna be going on. Current participant will contain all the information of the current participant, and one thing will be missing here, that is the connection ID, and I will be sending the connection ID back to this particular user as soon as the connection is actually established. So by default it's gonna be what? It can either be null or it can be participant. And when it comes to the participant, so if I go here, participant will contain this much. Is this it? Not really. I need to have the ID as well, so ID is gonna be string. So ID, username, meeting ID, connection ID is host. Let me make the connection ID optional here. For this particular user it should be optional. For others, it should not be optional. Okay, let's make it optional. A connection ID is going to be there whenever it arrives or whenever it is there. So it's gonna be set. Okay. Because by default, whenever a user tries to join the meeting, so user will not have the connection ID directly, or uh, let's do one thing. Let's remove this connection ID as well. Why? Because the user ID of the ID of the participant is actually gonna be the connection ID. At the end of the day, even there I'm using the UUID only. So even if I just simply remove this particular part from here, so the ID I have. So what will happen whenever I send a request to the backend using this ID, I will be saving the connection ID. So it's gonna be simple, kind of understandable, right? So it does make sense. So in this way, I won't have to send the ID again back. Amazing job. This is actually a better way. So what will I have to do? Current participant, it will have this. Coming back to this participant, current participant, and set current participant. Whenever I'm setting current participants, I'm getting the information of the current participant. This is it. The question is, how will I be setting the current participant? So whenever over here I have to do that. So even before doing that, I will have to create the connection ID. So const array ID, not even connection ID, UUID. But the thing is that I don't really have that here. So what will I do? Okay, we don't have it here. cd two directories back, cd apps/web. Okay, let me get this particular thing done, get ID and connection related stuff. I think by that time it will already be 2 hours. Yeah, so let it be 2 hours, and then at least this particular stuff will be done. So cd apps ls, cd web ls, and now what do I have to do here? Bun add UUID. That's it. I mean, this is how it's gonna be added here, right? Once it is added, then I'll have to import it here. So import v4. Don't I have it here? UUID apps package.json. I got UUID, but probably I don't have the types, and because of that thing I'm getting the error. Let's see. Import from UUID and v4. Any problem? No problem as such. So why wasn't I getting the suggestions? UUID v4. This is how I'm gonna be. Any problem with this? Yeah, there are errors, and I think because of those errors I wasn't getting it. Never mind. Let me comment this, and let me try to do it again, because I wanna check whether I am getting the suggestions or not. Import v4. Yeah, getting it as UUID v4. Once I have this, so what will I be doing? That's simple, bro. ID is gonna be UUID v4, so I'm gonna be getting the ID. This is gonna be most probably the random one, and once I have it here, what will I be doing next? Once I have this UUID here, after that I got the username, I got this. I need to have the profile as well. By default, I'm gonna be having a profile icon. Profile URL. अरे भाई demo profile URL. Image URL. Lorem Pixel, what will this do? Hi. I want to have the profile. Avatar. Avatar URL. Avatar URL generator. ice bear. Unique avatar for chat applications. How will it work? How does it work? So this is how I can just simply get it. So if I change the name here, get started. How to use this? HTTP API. This is the API that I have, and this is how. Okay. Shit. What is this? So what will I be doing now? For now, let me do one thing. Let me just directly add a profile needs to be added there. The real profile URL needs to be there, otherwise that's gonna be problematic. Yeah, the real profile URL. And the thing is that when it comes to the real profile URL, so let me have a profile URL, that is it. And when it comes to the profile URL, that simply means ultimately logo, and I can go to Cloudinary right now for that. And maybe when it comes to profile, so whenever the profile is ready, I will be able to get the URL directly. Which one? This is insane. Hopefully I will get it here. What if I don't get it? Then doesn't matter. I'm gonna be removing the profile option for now. It's good to have that option, and yeah, it's really good to have that option. Let me get the URL, not this particular URL from here. Once I have this particular URL from here, I'm gonna be just simply having it here for now. Const profile is gonna be this. Alright, bhai. So this is the kind of URL that I have for now. Later I will make sure that I have many more things. By the way, these things need to be at the top so that I can just simply check the values as well. So somewhere here I have these things. If not username, not meeting ID, not ID, or not a profile, in that case just simply all the fields are maybe not the best name, but okay. Coming back to this one, going to set the state over here. For setting the state, set current user meeting state set dot current participant. That is it. Current participant, Control C. Once I got it here, set current participant. What am I supposed to be giving it? I'm supposed to be giving it ID, username, profile, and meeting ID. Host, I don't know. And again, it should be having his host. So if this user actually going to be the host, so I will be just simply changing the value of his host. And one more thing, I'm gonna be having one thing. Participant has no call signature. Can't set this. Sorry. Now it should be fine. And the thing is that right now his host is missing. So I'm gonna be making his host false for now. So by default his host is gonna be false. If you actually you are the host, you are gonna be the host, I will be changing this as well. So this is how I'm just simply setting it. So once it is set, then that's okay. Set the state. Participant states. Set the current participant in the state. Okay, this thing is done. Then connecting to the WebSocket connection and all. And as soon as we are connecting to the WebSocket, the WebSocket connection is ready. After that, we are managing the signaling related stuff. And over here, I have to just simply send the payload. What is going to be the payload here? Good question. Current participant. Now the problem is that this is not a component. That simply means use get the use meeting from @meeting dot get state dot current participant. Once I got this here, I'm gonna be sending the current participant's value to this particular payload. Any problem? No problem as such. So this particular message is gonna be sent to the backend. Once this particular message gets sent to the backend, so on the backend side I'm already listening. So चलते हैं backend की तरफ और क्या. So backend WebSocket server source server.ts, and not even that, handlers, not even handlers, helper, normal server process.helper, and over here payload. Wow, am I gonna be getting this much in the payload? Not really. Do I even need this particular payload? Not really, because I have participants. So this payload is actually gonna be participants. Do I need to name it payload? Payload is nothing but participants. Okay, let it be payload. Of course, payload means payload of the participant. Participant. Import it from there. Connection ID string. Okay, so what connection ID? I don't even need to have it. So let's simply get rid of it. अरे भाई फंस गए. There is a problem. What is the problem? The problem is whenever the connection gets established inside this over here, as soon as the connection got established, what am I doing? I'm actually setting this. So not connection ID. So I'm checking whether this connection ID exists or not. That simply means I'm creating it here. So instead of send it will keep going on. So the problem is that if I don't generate this connection ID over here, so how will I even just simply save the connection? And if I'm thinking of saving the connection when I actually get the message, that will also be okay. But when you get the message, at that time you should be just handling the message related stuff rather than handling the connection related stuff, like creating the connection, like saving that at that time. So the next thing can be that whenever I'm sending a request, so I'm gonna be getting the WebSocket here, I'm gonna be getting the request as well over here. This request is ultimately gonna be containing the ID of that particular user. So I will be able to get the ID from here. Once I am able to get the ID from here, I'm gonna be able to do this much. This is happening. Yeah, this is gonna be fine, because as soon as the connection is ready, established, so let me have a to do here. Get the ID in the request and create the connection, and after that you can get the remaining things done. So this is how, again, this is gonna be the to do. We have to start from here on tomorrow. Alrighty, let's simply call it here. I know there's a lot to do. I kept working for 5 hours still. What a project. And you know what, we haven't even touched the WebRTC section, the flow that I actually created, the whole flow, this particular section. We are here actually. What we are doing, we are asking to connect. Sorry, I forgot to explain this thing. There is signaling server and there are 2 hosts, and again it's gonna be applicable for more than 2 as well. So there is a host, there is a participant, and right now host tries to join the meeting. Okay, when the host tries to join the meeting, I'm gonna be sending connect host data, and the data is gonna be set to the state, and then other people will try to join the meeting. At that time, a request join to meeting, this particular event will be forwarded to the host. Host can actually allow or deny the meeting. If host allows and denies, then from here we have to continue. We've done quite this much part, and once all these things are done, once you've joined the meeting, once you have even informed others, then we can start working on creating peer connections and setting the WebRTC related stuff done. But before that, I think tomorrow we will definitely start working on the WebRTC section, how to make video calls. This is gonna be fun. By the way, that was it, at least for now. It's already been 2 hours. Congratulations. I'm gonna be catching up just after maybe 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, half an hour at least. Until then, take care, bye bye, and see you.